Hi, this is Scott Shepard, photo media instructor at Lake Area Technical Institute, recently named one of the top 10 two-year colleges in the United States, and it's located in Watertown, South Dakota. And what you're looking at here are three of my high school students looking at a painting called Frank by Chuck Close, and it's a photorealistic painting, but it's not a photo, it's just a painting. But that's not why we're here. Here's the problem. You've taken a picture, and it is in the original aspect ratio that the camera took it in, which is 3:2, often printed as a 4:6 photo. But the problem is that you've got to try to fit it into an 8:10 portfolio. Now, I start in aperture, and so this is the picture as it was framed. Obviously, there are some other things that are done. This happens to be an HDR photo. And I have exported it out to Photoshop. And the problem is that I've got to try to fit this into an 8:10 portfolio book, but if I crop it as an 8:10, I crop off some things that I think are pretty important in the photo. Just to show you, I'm going to crop off what ends up being a couple inches, an inch on each side, and I think that this kind of closes it in. I think that this photo is best with a broad horizon. So how do I get that on into an 8:10 portfolio? Well, here's the answer. First of all, in this photo, I'm going to make sure that I change the mode to 8-bit. When I use aperture, my photos come out as 16-bit Photoshop files. I want it to be 8-bit. I want to make sure that its size is a 12:8 photo, not a 10:8 photo. And so I'm going to change that to 12 up there, 300 dots per inch. And I'm going to make sure that I resize it that way. Okay, so now it's an 8-bit 12:8 photo. Now the next step is to create a blank canvas, and I do that by going up to File, New. And I get a dialog that looks like this. And yours may look a little bit different because I've used this quite a bit over the last couple of years, but I do believe that you'll find some presets, one called Photo. And I'm looking for a photo preset called Landscape 8:10, 10:8, 300 dots per inch. That's important. I want a white background and 8 bits, red, green, blue color. I think by default it's going to be set there, and I click OK. And now I have the 8:10 canvas. And the secret here is to go back to this, and we have to make one more change here. We're going to go back to image size, and we want to change this to 10. Okay? The height changes automatically. Don't worry about that. We just want to make sure that this will fit into a 10-inch width. Click OK. And now, if I did this right, I should be able to slide this onto the canvas, and I have something that looks like that. And I'm just going to try to center it on the canvas like that. Now, of course, when it prints, it's going to have white bands at the top and the bottom. And you may not like that, but I'd rather have the white bands at the top of the bottom than crop an inch, what amounts to an inch off of each side for this 8:10. Now, incidentally, this is a 2-layer file, and if I were going to get this ready for print, I then would need to make sure that I flatten this image, and then I'm going to save it as a JPEG file because that's what my printer needs. Hope this helps. Thanks for listening.